Today we start new topic, kinetic theory of gases. In this topic, kinetic theory of gases, we arrive the relation between macroscopic properties of a gas. Macroscopic property of a gas. Here macroscopic properties means here we get pressure of a gas or temperature of a gas, etc. Okay, these are macroscopic properties of a gas. And microscopic properties of the gas, like speed of the molecules or atoms of the gas, or kinetic energy of atoms or molecules of the gas. So today we arrive the relation between macroscopic properties of a gas and microscopic properties of a gas. It means in this present topic we are writing the speed of atoms or molecules of the gas in terms of its pressure and temperature, etc. Okay, so before going to this topic, before going to arrive the relation between microscopic and macroscopic properties of the gas, we have some assumptions, that is assumptions of kinetic theory of gases. Already you have studied these assumptions in chemistry. According to this, just I will repeat the same what you have studied in chemistry as well as in our theory. That is assumptions. First, gas contains a large number of atoms or molecules. Means we assume that whatever gas we take, that gas contains a large number of atoms or molecules. Second, these atoms or molecules move. These atoms or molecules move randomly. These atoms or molecules move randomly in all directions. Third, so in a gas, whatever gas we take, all atoms or molecules, whatever gas we take, in that gas, all atoms or molecules are identical. Means all are same in shape as well as in size. That's why we call they are identical. See, especially monoatomic gas, in monoatomic gas, atoms are first of all spherical. We assume that all are spherical as well as rigid. In monoatomic gas, all atoms are spherical as well as rigid. So because of this spherical and rigid, whenever they collide, that is the collision between atoms, or collision with walls of the container, is elastic. is elastic. This is our assumption, means whenever two atoms collide each other, whenever two atoms collide each other, or when atom collide with the walls of the container, that collision is taken as elastic. Elastic means during collision, there is no loss of energy in the form of heat and other forms. Means they do not lose their energy in other forms, is the meaning of elastic collision. Okay, so far we have taken a gas contains large number of atoms or molecules, and these atoms or molecules move in all directions randomly. Next, all atoms or molecules in the gas are identical, and in especially monoatomic gas, we assume that all atoms are spherical in shape as well as they are rigid. Because of this spherical and rigid assumption, we come to the conclusion that the collision between the two atoms or collision of atoms with the walls of the container are elastic. Next assumption. See, one more assumption is, see, whenever we take a container, say this is a container, means this is a volume in which gas is present, means in this volume gas occupied. Now whenever we take the gas molecules, this is the size of the gas molecule. We assume that volume of gas molecule is negligible. Volume of gas molecule is negligible as compared to the volume it occupies. This is one of the relation. Third, next relation. See, this is a very, very, very important. There is no interaction between atoms or molecules of the gas. That is, there is no interaction. There is no interaction between atoms or molecules. Assume these are the two molecules. There is no force of attraction or repulsion between the two atoms or molecules in the gas. So because of this assumption, no interaction, we assume that potential energy of system of gases or molecules is zero. Hence total energy is equal to, kinetic energy plus potential energy. Because of this assumption, we come to know that there is no potential energy. Hence total energy of the gas is due to sum of kinetic energy of all the molecules of the gas. That's one. And next assumption. Next, see here whenever the molecules are moving from here to here to here, so the time taken by the molecule between two collisions is large as compared to the time during which they are colliding. That is a time of collision. Time of collision is negligible. Time of collision is negligible as compared to the time during which they are moving. Okay, so next, see here one more thing. Since they are traveling, actually we assume that in our normal daily life, whenever I throw a body, then that body or any particle that moves a parabolic path. So this follows a parabolic path because of acceleration due to gravity. you know that it is because of the force mg. But here the mass of the molecule is very small. As a result, this gravitational force is small. At the same time, you know, when I throw with a less velocity, they travels this much. When I throw with a little bit more velocity, you know, it moves like this. It means by the time it here, if I come to here, first particle has deviated this much and second particle has deviated this much. It means as speed of the particle increases, then the deviation from its straight line also decreases. Because of these two reasons, one, small in size, second, high speed, this deviation is assumed to be negligible. Hence our conclusion is there is no effect of gravity. There is no effect of gravity on atoms or molecules of the gas. Because of this assumption, I can say they travel along straight line. They travel along straight line between two positions. Okay, so these are some assumptions of kinetic theory of gases. I repeat once, that is, a gas contains a large number of atoms or molecules, and all molecules in the gas moves randomly in all directions, and in the gas all molecules are identical. Especially in monoatomic, we assume that all atoms are spherical in shape as well as rigid. Because of this, they collide elastically with each other as well as collide elastically with walls of the container. Next, volume of the molecules is negligible as compared to the volume of the gas. Next, there is no force between the molecules or atoms in the gas. Because of that, there is no potential energy. The total energy is only because of their kinetic energy. And because of the spherical in shape as well as small in size, the time of collision is very small, that is negligible, and there is no effect of gravity on the atoms or molecules. Because since there is no effect of gravity, we assume that they travel along straight line. Okay, so please, if you want, you can note down this. And one more thing, later it will help you, the number of collisions per unit volume. Number of collisions per unit volume remains same. Number of collisions per unit volume remains same. Okay, hope it's visible. I'll see once. Yes, it's visible. Okay, now after this, now let us come to one by one. After this, assumptions of kinetic theory of gases. Now let us take ideal gas. Next is ideal gas. Ideal gas. The gas which obeys these assumptions, we can call them as an ideal gas. And I don't want to expand more here. Direct I'll go to the point which I need for JEE Advanced as well as for JEE Main and need. So first, ideal gas equation. Everybody knows ideal gas equation is PV is equal to nRT. But before going to this, I want to take one more here. Before going to this ideal gas directly, I want to take molecular mass. Molecular mass. This I am representing by m0. What is this molecular mass? What is this molecular mass? Simply try to remember. Definition may be anything. In simple, in general, this is a mass of 1 mole of a gas. Mass of 1 mole of a gas. Mass of 1 mole of a gas is called molecular mass. Let's have the relation. See, we know that 1 mole, 1 mole of a gas contains Avogadro number of atoms. One mole of a gas contains Avogadro's number of atoms or molecules. One mole contains Avogadro number of atoms or molecules. So next, see, we know that 1 mole of a gas has mass m0 and number of atoms n suffix a. N suffix a means Avogadro's number. Now n mole of a gas say has mass capital M and number of atoms in n mole of a gas is capital N. Now I can write the relation as, now if I take this relation 1 m0, n means capital M. If I reshuffle, n can be written as number of moles of the gas, can be written as capital M by m0. Means m means here mass of the gas, total mass of the gas. Okay, we know that if the gas contains n number of atoms, we know that if small m is the mass of one atom, then total mass of the gas can be written as m into capital M, where capital N is the total number of atoms or molecules in the gas. Therefore, this can also be written as m can be written as small m into capital N divided by m0. Okay, this is the equation for number of moles. Or if I take these two relations, same n can be written as capital N divided by Avogadro number. Okay, will give you number of moles. Here one more relation you can arrive, that is, we know that total mass can also be written as number of moles into m0. Same we can write, no need to write. So this is very important relation to be noted. Next, we know that ideal gas equation. So we know that ideal gas is PV is equal to nRT, where P means pressure, V means volume, N means number of moles, R means universal gas constant. Units value is 8.31. T means temperature. I think no need to write P, V, N, R, T. If you want, you can note down. Now, P into V is equal to, instead of N, small n, I can write this or this or this, depends on the situation. If I write now this, capital M means total mass of the gas divided by molecular mass into RT. If I send this V this side, pressure of a gas is equal to M RT divided by M naught into V. So where M is the mass of the gas, V is the volume. Since we know that density is equal to mass divided by volume, density is equal to mass divided by volume. Hence pressure of a gas is equal to density, universal gas constant, temperature divided by M naught. This is the equation for pressure of a gas in terms of its density. So this equation I am using regularly in calculations as well as in discussion on pressure exerted by the gas on walls of the container. And most of the questions can be answered using this. That's why I'll write it separately here. So pressure of a gas can be written as density, universal gas constant, temperature divided by molecular mass M naught. You can modify further also. You can modify further. In terms of K also you can write. K means Boltzmann's constant. You know Boltzmann's constant is equal to R divided by NA. R divided by NA. You can write here also, right? Or otherwise, instead of this N, you can use N by NA. N by NA. So P V is equal to, instead of small n, I can write capital N divided by NA into RT. You know, R by NA is nothing but Boltzmann's constant. So therefore, PV is equal to NKT. This also I am using in the next heading. Okay, or pressure of a gas can be written as NKT by V. N means total number of atoms, V means volume. This N by V can also be written as number density of the particles. That is the density of particles in the gas. If it is given, then you can use this. Or otherwise, P is equal to NKT by V. But most of the time, we are using PV is equal to NKT, where K is Boltzmann's constant. Okay, please note down. Okay, our next heading is variation of pressure. Actually, in my opinion, it is only for JEE Advanced. Even you cannot expect this for you cannot expect in JEE Main also. We cannot in NEET. There is no question in NEET and KCET. 100% I'm sure we cannot get this level of questions. But in JEE Advanced we can expect. At least if they ask in equation oriented question, if they may not give you values, they may not use values and they cannot ask you to calculate values, but they can expect equation. That is variation of pressure when gas is filled in a tube and it is rotated, or when we go above the surface. My simplest question is, consider this is the surface where pressure is P0. As we go above the surface of the earth, density of the gas goes on decreases. Okay, today's question is, what is the pressure at a height y, or whatever equation you take? As we go, pressure goes on decrease. Because we know that pressure of a gas is given by density RT divided by M0. Of course, molecular mass of the gas, wherever you go, I assume it's constant. R is always constant. By assumption, today in this problem we assume that temperature is also remains constant. But as we go, density goes on changes. As density changes, P also changes. Today's question is, what is the pressure at a distance, say x? What is the pressure at a distance, x, or at a height h, whatever you take? Okay, assume. As we move, pressure goes on changes, not linearly. If it is linear variation, then we would have written linear equation directly. But here pressure is not, density is not varying linearly. That's fine. That's why if it is something changes gradually, then we have to go for integration. For integration, we have to travel some distance. After traveling some distance, because say we want at height x or h, whatever. So after traveling a distance x, consider a small portion dx. This is a small portion dx. Small portion dx. Okay, here is the important point to be remembered. This is the gas present here. We know that this assumed gas is neither moving down nor going up. It remains there only. It means net force on this portion remains the same. Net force means net upward force is equal to net downward force. Net upward force is equal to net downward force. See, this much portion of the gas will exert net upward force. The remaining portion of the gas will put downward force. So this is due to the force due to gas. Not only gas but also due to gravity. Force due to gravity. Even though there are two forces, it is balanced. For that, assume the pressure here is P. Here, of course, as I move, pressure goes on decreases. I should take minus, but even though for convenience, I take plus only. P plus dP. Okay, remember, since I am taking here plus, actually I should take minus. But if I take minus now, equation will become wrong. That's why I'm taking plus only. Later we get minus sign. Okay, so according to this, it is balanced. So upward force F is equal to, this is the pressure due to the gas, sorry, force due to the gas plus force due to gravity. Force is nothing but, we know that pressure is equal to force per unit area. Force can be written as pressure into area. Here pressure is P, area is A. Here due to the gas, pressure here is P plus dP into A. Force due to gravity is M into G. So P A is equal to P into A is PA plus dP into A plus, here mass can be written as, we know that density is equal to mass divided by volume. If I send it, it will be density into volume of the gas present in this portion. Volume can be written as, area into length. Here area is A, length is dx. So direct I will write A into dx into G. Okay. So here if I take it this side, PA, it becomes minus PA. So this get cancelled. If I reshuffle, then dP into A is equal to rho A G dx. This A and A can be cancelled. But rho, it is variable D here. Rho as well as A, both are variable. I'll write step by step. Rho G dx. Remember here, both rho as well as dx, both are variable. When both are variable, we cannot go for calculation, integration. So for integration, there must be only one variable. Hence today either I should remove dx or I should remove rho. But today I want pressure in terms of x, variation of pressure with height. That's why I should keep dx, I should remove rho. To remove rho, I will take rho from this equation. dP is equal to P m naught by RT. Okay, from here it is rho into G dx. So bring P this side. dP by P is equal to m naught G by RT into dx. Okay, this is the equation, just I reshuffle. To get the total, we have to integrate it. Here pressure varies from P naught here up to here is P. Distance varies here to here. Here if I take 0, here x. Hope now you can integrate. 1 by P dP is ln P. After applying limits, we can get ln P by P naught. I am writing directly. You do step by step. Is equal to, here somewhere I made a mistake. So here it must be minus. Okay. Here you can put minus here. Minus. Here minus. Okay. M naught G RT, it will be x. To remove this ln, we have to go for e to the power exponential. E to the power minus m naught gx divided by RT, or P is equal to P naught e to the power minus m naught gx by rt. In examination, they can ask how pressure varies with x. Exponential, it is minus. How pressure varies? Okay, means we can obtain the relation in this way. This is our first question. Pause the screen and note down. So next question is, consider we have a tube filled with a gas. So filled with a gas. Assume the molecular mass of the gas is m naught. Area of cross section of the gas is a whatever. You take standard relations. Okay. Assume if this tube which is filled with a gas, tube filled with a gas is rotated with angular velocity omega, then what is the pressure? What is the pressure at a distance x? What is the pressure at a distance x is the question. See here what I do, I'll give you steps. Go for integration yourself. Okay. First of all, remember, whenever if something take a stone and try to take a stone and tie it with a string and rotate, then that stone will experience a force which is radially outward. Similarly, when gas is filled and rotated, the gas which is present here experiences the force that side. Okay, but that force is equal to m omega square into r. R is the distance from the axis of rotation. Here I am taking x. As this x changes, r changes. As r changes, f changes. As f changes, pressure changes. Okay, that's why as we go away, pressure goes on varies. Since it is a continuous variation, therefore, to calculate the total, once again we have to take integration. So for that, travel some distance and take a small portion dx, as like in the previous problem. Okay, but as we go that side, pressure increases here. Pressure is P. Here pressure I take P plus dP. Right? And number of forces acting. Here that side. One is the pressure due to gas. Second pressure, sorry, I have to write force. Force due to gas, and second force due to rotation. This remaining portion will exert force due to this. This is a force due to gas. Once again, both are balanced. Both are balanced. Hence, I can write force due to gas plus force due to rotation is equal to force due to gas on this side. Okay. See, force due to gas, I have to write pressure into area. Pressure P, area is A. Plus this is nothing but force M omega square, R is nothing but X, is equal to force here is P plus dP into A. In the last problem I told force means pressure into area. Next, pressure into area plus this mass can be written as density into volume. Volume means area into length. Length is dx. Okay, into omega square x square is equal to P into A plus dP into A. Hope. If I take it this side, this becomes minus, so this and this cancels. See, calculation is yours. Rho A omega square, sorry, not x square, it is x only. Omega square x, rho A omega square x dx is equal to dP into A. Now this A can be cancelled. Rho can be written as pressure into m naught divided by RT into omega square x dx is equal to dV. Send P that side. Okay. dP by P is equal to m naught omega square x by RT into dx. To get the total, we have to integrate. P varies from P naught to P, 0 to x. After all simplification, you may get P is equal to P naught e to the power m naught omega square x square divided by 2RT. Please try once. I think one of the video, while writing directly, I made a small mistake in the denominator. You have highlighted that also. Okay, please. Up to here is physics. Remaining is the mathematics. You can calculate yourself. Okay. So in the next video, I discuss a very important pressure exerted by the gas on walls of the container. Okay. If possible, I'll take one more very important relation. That is a combination of gases. When two gases combine, means actually mixture of gases. Instead of using the combination word, I say mixture of. When two gases mixed, then what? Okay. Then two are new. And in this present topic, other points like degrees of freedom, specific heat of gases, etc. On gas laws, all are over. Means in this present topic, I must discuss only two things. One, pressure of a gas. Second one, mixture of gases. Okay, we'll continue in the next video.